What's up, guys? It's your boy GP with DeOrganized Media, bringing you another awesome episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars into the same room, have a dope conversation about Bitcoin news, world news, you name it, we got it with DeOrganized Media, including the Alpha, fresh and hot off the presses. I hope that you've had a very glorious weekend. Moving on into the weekdays, let's get this work started. It is prime time, grind time. Got some awesome news. Let's take a look at the show schedule and see what we got going on for the week real quick. Pulling up DeOrganized.media. If you have not, go set up your profile on DeOrganized.media to get your show on the show schedule. We'll give you a shout out. Today, we had the Whatever Morning Show at 8 a.m. ET every single day, Monday through Friday, along with the Let's Go Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. ET. Monday through Friday. We had Hero off in Stack's office hours as Alex Miller at 10:30. We had the Bob update at 2 p.m. today. We had All Things Crypto with Dave, Nat, and Cool at 5:30. And now we are moving on into the DeOrganized Nightly segment at 7 p.m. ET, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, while my nephew has flag football. Tomorrow, always packed on Tuesdays. Same lineup for the morning show and the Whatever Mornings. And then we're moving straight into the Stacks DeFi show at 10 a.m. ET. Definitely tune into the Stacks DeFi show with all the main protocols from the Stacks ecosystem, including community founders and leaders, talking about all the updates going on within our ecosystem. At 12 p.m., we've got the Hermetica Hangout. Definitely good. Pay attention, guys. USDH is based. It is the Bitcoin-backed stablecoin. So go get you some USDH. Got Learn TA with Landy at 1 p.m. Via DeOrganized, and we have Art on Stacks around 3 p.m. ET. All Things Crypto again at 5:30 p.m. ET. Let's move on into the Stacks charts and Bitcoin charts and see what they're doing today. Being a little frisky. Having a little pullback, that's okay. I like pullbacks at the beginning of the weeks. It makes for buying dips greater. So on the very small time frames, Stacks taking a little pullback here. Let's look at the daily time frame and take a little look. So looking like we are kind of bouncing between moving averages on the daily here. Looks like we are looking for a golden cross. The 200 MA moving down here and the 50 MA moving to the upside, looking like a golden cross may happen. Let's draw a line from here to here. Do a little line from here on the moving average, and then put a little line. See, hold like Alt B for a vertical line. Maybe sometime in the middle of August we might see some pumpage for STX. Talking about Bitcoin here coming in around 118K, right? Testing that 21-day moving average on the daily time frame with a nice little wick right down to the 21-day moving average. Going to the weekly time frame, looks like Stochastics RSI is actually still above the dotted line here. Maybe this is a flag of some sort being built, but let's see here. It looks like the stochastics reset perfectly while we were just chopping in a range up here between 115K and 123K. So maybe we might see a push back to the upside, or maybe see a little bit more downside, close this fair value gap here. Who knows? I'm only speculating, but I like whenever it's right at the beginning of the week so I can buy a dip. It feels nice. Getting into the main news, let me change my screen again to my bookmarks. So here we go, going here to there and doing this and there and not that. That's not how it works. What is this? What is this stick figure doing? All right, hold on. Let me find the right button, guys. Of course, GP is never prepared. You can put the blame on him. I'm pretty sure they made a song about that. Here we go. So, in the main news, manipulation. This is a funny meme here. So, manipulation whenever the chart's red like this, and then organic growth whenever you see God candles. So, perfect meme coming here. Here we go from Tiffany Fong here. My girlfriend has a penis. And no, I'm not gay. Let me know your opinions in the comments. I wonder if this is a polarizing, question, or maybe we might just see some consensus on this. Is this guy gay? If this guy or girl, whatever you call it, has a penis. Moving on. CryptoPunks NFT see the highest trading volume since March 2024. Crazy. So ETH NFT is getting a little bit of fun, getting some NFT volume going on there. Coming from this guy here, this base Chad. This is GPSE underscore SDX. This is my main account here. So here you go. The Stacks DeFi show is going down at 10 a.m. ET tomorrow. At 1 p.m. ET in the Stacking Down Discord, we are hosting the weekly screen share. Tune in to deep dive the latest alpha from the ecosystem. One lucky participant will win $10 in STX or SDSDX. Base, and I made this little animation with the Stacking Down weekly screen share, and Mr. Smacks here, and there is a link to the Discord server also connected to this post. So jump into the Stacking Down Discord. We have a very base activity schedule where you can earn STSTX. Boom, boom, boom. Moving on, I made this back post because I went on a little mini vacay out of town. Not even like a vacay, but just get out of town this weekend. So let's see. What's up, guys? Hope you're all having an awesome weekend. This was from yesterday. Just back from an impromptu road trip from with my base family. Let's tune in and get ready for an awesome week. See the Giga Pepe moniker. Based family. That's my sister. That's my brother-in-law. That's my nephew there. I don't know why my nephew spoke good doing, but anyways. And a Giga Pepe flying a spaceship back there. Giga Pepe Spaceship Club. Let's see what we got in here. Be sure to tune in to DeOrganized. There you go. This right here. The SAI X Nasty collab is still ongoing. So be sure to put your entries in on this Zero Authority bounty. Boom, linked here. And don't forget to hit the quoted post here for your chance to win more prizes. So let's go to the quoted post. The Satoshi Terminal just discovered a nasty strategy. Check out the SAI X Nasty collab bounty on Zero Authority DAO. We are also doing a giveaway for $20 in SDSDX. Like and repost, follow Satoshi underscore AI underscore agent, and not a strategy. Drop your SDX address in the comments. And I made this little banner here for the collab. What do you think about it? Drop it in the comments. Is this trash or is this a cook? Let's go. All right. And then moving on from here, let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah, definitely this. Don't miss out on prizes in the Zest Discord. There's daily rumbles and weekly challenges where you can win prizes in various community coins. Make the most fire content, win a rumble, pack your bags with the Zest community chest. It's that easy. There is no second Zest. And you can join the Discord server there with that link there. We have prizes in RuCoin, Peggy, SDSX, Flat, Nasty, and Leo, all within the Zest community chest. Very cool stuff. We have a very basic activity schedule in the Zest Discord as well. Moving on. Okay, this is like right here. Okay, I had something to say about this. So from Jackman Switch, in 2024, I was voted the second most influential thought leader in Stacks. Some other guy came in first, and Munib came in first, the founder of Stacks. So I had something to say about that. Let me scroll through my timeline real quick, and I had a statement to make. Munib, love you, dude, but Jack was the winner of that contest. I mean, the Stackies, he ought to get a Stacky this year, I imagine. But, still. So I said, this was rigged, Munib. Jack can switch for president. So let's go. Jack can switch for president of the blockchain party. Baby, let's go. All right. So back into the news here. From Mr. Cyborg.btc, and you can follow him at Cyborg Mr. and Mr. That is with a Y, MYSTER. I wish I could automate DCA swaps in DeFi. Oh wait, you can do that on Fiplo_finance. Solid. Example: I want to buy SBTC weekly. I input the total amount you want to spend, send cadence, whether weekly, daily, monthly. Input number of orders, set price ranges, sit back and relax. So handy. Have you tried it yet, friend? definitely want to be following the main BitFlow handle at BitFlow_finance. Stay in the know about the leading bets in the Stacks ecosystem. Coming from the Hermetica squad, you can follow them at Hermetica5. Hermetica Hangout is back. This week we are joined by Granite BTC to discuss how USDH powers liquidations and helps scale Bitcoin-backed lending. Host DCBK2LA, that is Dave, okay? And then guest Granite BTC. So set your reminder, go hang out with the Hermetica squad. If you did not know about USDH, it is the first Bitcoin-backed stablecoin in existence, native to BTC. So it is a rune and it is based. I like my staples backed by Bitcoin. Let's go. Coming from the Zest protocol handle, and you can follow that at Zest Protocol. Come hang out with the Stacks community in the Zest Town Hall AMA. It's the perfect place to discuss new developments in Stacks, hear Web3 updates, and have fun together. Tune in on Wednesday, the 30th of July at 11 a.m. EST. So we also have the weekly screen share at 1 p.m. ET, where we do a content creation workshop where I teach people how to cook images with using a general image manipulation program and all sorts of fun stuff where you can win a Zest community chest full of Rue, Leo, Flat, Peggy, Nasty, STSDX, all that. So yeah, get in there, guys. Coming from Tycho here, from Tycho. It's Stacks DeFi season. Post any collateral type, SBTC, STX, STSDX, STSDX, BTC, and get paid to borrow stables. All collateral types yield more than AEUSDC. Telling you, go borrow some cheap AEUSDC and then go swap for USDH and then stake for up to 25% on the Hermetica platform with a stable, guys. Crazy. 25% on a stable? Get out of here. Get paid for borrowing cheaply and earn 20% for APY with Zest. Deposit SBTC on Zest to earn 4% APY. Borrow AEUSDC at just 1.83% APY. Swap AEUSDC for USDH on ADEX. Stake USDH for 18% APY. Cheap borrowing plus high staking yield equals amplified returns, baby. Let's go. Coming from the main Stacking DAO handle, and you can follow that at Stacking DAO. Don't miss the Stacks DeFi show tomorrow at 10 a.m. ET. The show will feature all the main Stacks DeFi apps as well as others, sharing news, creating a more open and engaging format. Set a reminder so you do not miss it. I definitely opt in for this show. It's a base show, and it is where I get a lot of my updates from the ecosystem. So very cool. Coming from the Stacking DAO handle again, finally, Stacking DAO has processed another 143,542 STX for STSDX and 0.4664 SBTC for STSDX BTC and stacking rewards. I butchered that. STSDX reward transaction and STSDX BTC reward transaction. If you did not know about liquid stacking tokens on Stacking DAO, go learn about them. Stay liquid while earning base APYs. Just use Stacking DAO. All right. Want to catch up on the latest in the Stacks ecosystem? Don't miss the latest edition of what's happening on Stacks Thread. So let's see. Finally, I already did that. We checked this out already, did we not? Okay, Hermetica hinting at a feature where USDH yield could be paid out in BTC. Very, very interesting. The Satoshi AI terminal is almost live. It is now live for whitelisted individuals. Simply enter a prompt to receive the most relevant Bitcoin yield strategies and curated opportunities in the Stacks ecosystem powered by AI. Nansen, the leading analytics platform for uncovering alpha and insights through on-chain data, has now integrated Stacks. SIP31 has passed. Over 1.3 million in AEUSDC has flowed into Zest, making borrowing AEUSDC for DeFi strategies very cheap. So there you go. Coming from Rick Sebastian.btc, and you can follow him at Rick_Sebastian with 2 A's. Stacks is the leading Bitcoin project in organic developer activity. About 8,000 people read this, 2 minutes every week. Stacksnacks.com. Go check it out, guys. So Electric Capital's data shows Stacks comfortably leading the charge in Bitcoin projects. Meanwhile, Stacks teams are teasing major plans for a Bitcoin-powered takeover at Token 2049 in Singapore on September 30th. Want to get involved now? Join the On-Chain Quest campaign and the Social Use STX campaign live and running. Jump in and be part of the momentum. Let's dive in. The Stacks network sees a huge uptick in developer commits measured by Electric Capital's recent report. Stacks is leading Bitcoin project and developer activity. Stacks DeFi ecosystem launches a new season for STX DeFi season. SES reports over 5 million in active borrowing positions. Leading digital asset solution Hex Trust successfully integrates Stacks. That was huge. Work Bounty platform Zero Authority uses the Use STX giveaway campaign. So go check out these Stack Snacks at stacksnacks.com. Cool. Getting into the main news, the SEC has delayed its decision on the Truth Social Bitcoin ETF listing. New deadline set for September 18th, 2025. New, ARK Invest picks Sol Strategies as its exclusive staking provider for Solana. Over 3.5 million Sol managed with BitGo custody. Insight, Kazakhstan plans to pay state crypto revenue or reserve. Let me just restart that. Kazakhstan plans a state crypto reserve using seized assets and mining revenue inspired by sovereign wealth models from Norway and the US. There's Kazakhstan getting into the HODL game. Mill City Ventures announces 450 million private placement to fund its SWE treasury strategy. So a SWE treasury in the works. Look at that. EV maker Vulcan buys 317 more BTC, raising its total holdings to over 3,500 BTC. Latest, Rove brings 250 million in tokenized Janus Henderson funds to Avalanche. AVAX's RWA exposure more than doubles with the move. Look at that. New 348 million liquidated from the crypto market in the last 24 hours. That is 118,301 traders liquidated. Biggest liquidation was 2.68 million ETH USDT position on Huobi. Look at that. Just in, Tron Inc. files for a mixed shelf offering up to $1 billion. $1 billion. This was a pretty big one here. Breaking. PayPal will now allow U.S. merchants to accept over 100 cryptocurrencies as payment. Look at you, PayPal Mafia. Bitcoin miner Mara raises 950 million to acquire more BTC. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest predicts Bitcoin could hit 1.5 million in a bull case scenario. So base case, they have $710,000 by 2030, and a bear case with 300K. Crazy. Look at that little, they've got this cool little infographic here about like what these different colors mean. So take a look, take a snapshot if you want to take a look, or go to Cointelegraph and check it out yourself. Billionaire Ray Dalio suggests holding 15% of your money in gold or Bitcoin as a hedge against devaluation of fiat. I agree. Now, Tether mints 1 billion USDT on Tron. Update, nearly 1 billion worth of Ethereum shorts will be liquidated if ETH hits $4,000. Binance founder CZ estimated net worth hits 75 billion as BNB reaches a new all-time high of $850.70. CZ holds approximately 64% of the circulating BNB supply. That is a centralized token if I've seen it. New, Samsung secures 16.5 billion multi-year deal to produce semiconductors for Tesla until the end of 2020 or 2033. I think this is the last one that I'm going to cover. Entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki warns that we may be on the brink of another 1929 crash and says he's sitting tight with gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And this one too. Only 14% of U.S. adults own Bitcoin or other crypto per Gallup's new survey. That is not a lot of people owning crypto in the United States. So a lot of onboarding to do. Okay, and then this was ETH inflows, so 1.8 billion in inflows last week for ETH. your ETFs. And this we covered this already. And then I learned a little bit about NeoSwap. Just curious about NeoSwap. So learned a little bit about it. Let's bring the guys on. All right. So let me stop sharing my screen here. Boom, boom. I'll stop sharing my screen. We got the legend of all stacks legends, Jack and Switch, in the house. What's up, Jack? How are we doing? Happy Monday.
What's up, man? I'm glad you learned about NeoSwap. NeoSwap, well, it's called Tool now, but back in the day, it was called NeoSwap, and there's nothing like it. Like, literally one of the first protocols I ever saw to like use AI in crypto, like way before any AI crypto meta. It was very cool. It did a good job of combining like the social component of Web3, used AI. Like it's outstanding. Like
Yeah, dude. I actually had that page pulled up because I was talking to Joe from Lunar Crush. We had the Nakamoto space last week, right? And he was like, I want to hear from the community. What do you guys want to see? And I was like, dude, revive like a Neo swap. Let's have some fun with some swap parties and like, how you have to have the different components to assemble the Android and stuff. Well, what if you made that whole process like a social thing and then, made swap parties for it? And then you don't even have to, if you owned a droid, then you could participate in these swap parties or something.
Well,
There's a use case for a droid.
you're on to something. So for one thing, like back when I joined Stacks, like NeoSwap was actually something you could do. Like there wasn't a whole lot going on chain, but you could have these NFT swaps, and it was, like I said, a strong social component. But you're right. Like, what's the most fun of an NFT mint? Um, the social component plays a big part of it. Just think back to like when we were minting Stacks Invaders and stuff, like being in a console talking, especially like with some of the upgrade mints and stuff. Like anything that adds to that social part is a big deal. That's why I like GameFi so much. I like what Skullcoin works on a lot.
Think about a Neo swap party with Skullcoin or putting these droids together where you have to buy different NFTs and you have to own different NFTs to earn them to get to the next level and stuff like that. It makes sense to have this type, like to revive this type of technology in our ecosystem, right? John Ennis was he's smart, he's a doctor, right? He's got his PhDs and stuff. So
Absolutely, Giga Brain.
Giga Brain, right?
I don't even know what Tool's up to these days. It's been so long since I followed, but way ahead of the curve. But that's just the thing with this space. Like, this is such disruptive technology in general. People have to start thinking about it in terms of how's it going to make things look different? How's it going to make things feel different? How are you going to interact with things differently? How are you going to interact with things the same way? But I think that when you look at things like gaming, I love video games, like love them. Like, I grew up playing like a Nintendo Entertainment System, right? Like, and so I've got to see the whole spectrum of gaming to where we are now. And like, what's your biggest complaint about games at this point? Well, you don't really own them anymore, do you? Like, you don't own games anymore. You might buy a game and play a game, and then one day, like the company stops updating the servers or whatever, right? So now you have something that's useless. And so when you take like something like that, and you're like, okay, how does crypto solve that? Well, ownership for one, right? And then you look at how it can incorporate the other things that feel the same and how it can do things differently. And I still firmly believe that like we're not very far away from playing very well done crypto games that have in-game economies based on crypto, based on resource management in the game and special traits and abilities and weapons and this and that. Like we haven't even touched the surface of that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I think they're building toward it. They're building toward it. I saw something that Crypto Dude is building. Like he's been showing me some like sneak peeks of what he's doing, dude. Ever since we were talking about that Unreal Engine 5 stack plugin, and it's been just fucking good. Dude is building at the speed of light. What up, Mark? How we doing, dude?
GM, how you guys doing? Just wanted to kick it with the boys for a little bit, take a break.
You know what's up, man.
Oh, long week, long fucking week.
I know it, dude. I know it, man. Like the grind never stops. It's always prime time, grind time, and then there's always somebody to talk to, man. So I get
Dude,
it.
it's just up and down. It's just like I'm on top of the world, and then all of a sudden, bottom of the world. It's just like fuck. It was like we had our product, it was working fucking perfect. I was like, damn, this is sick. This fucking works. Next day, someone copies all our shit, raises $2 million. You're like, fuck.
well, I think I saw the company that copied all your shit because I saw something on my TL, and I was like, they ripped off Mark. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Like,
It's so annoying, especially when all the people that give them money have already come to. They know that I did it first, and then we had kind of the idea, and then it's just, yeah, it's frustrating, honestly. But that's how it goes. You just got to keep moving, keep going, and know that that you'll do it best ultimately. But it is frustrating. I've been talking to a lot more like crypto VCs, and those guys I just like so much better because the traditional ones literally just rip off your shit and back someone else every fucking time. And it's just, I'm seeing the divide between like the old world where they're just all corrupt and they're just sketchy and liars and they'll just waste your time, and the light at the end of the tunnel is just meeting a lot of guys now who are running these funds who are actually giving us the time of day and asking really good questions, are all crypto dudes who made their money in crypto. They've done really well. A lot of guys like Peter has been helping me get in touch with, just like good dudes who really know their shit, who are just worlds better than the San Francisco crowd. But it is, I think, the last gasping breath of that crowd right now.
take what you've built so far, right? Hear me out. And let's figure out how to incorporate crypto in it, right? And I think that would look like an interactive experience with a multimedia component, almost like slash reality show. And like, yeah, and then so like you have this, you have this LP essentially, and the whole goal is, based on whatever metrics, you wound up, people can win the LP. There's a kernel of something there that can
You might save the population decline with it if you tokenize, like you reward
Right?
people for being parents. Like
No, I mean that's the thing. I've got a whole roadmap, and I don't even want to say it now because I'm like, these fuckers are watching me. They're gonna have done it by next week.
hey, if you're watching, you're fucking with Mark, you're fucking with my boy.
There we go. But no, I'll tell you guys in the sidebar. I've got actually some good ideas. It works. It will work. And actually, that's a lot what I did with my last company. Like we were in the process of tokenizing all of this data, and we were gonna just give people like a universal basic income from their data, and that really the economics worked. Like you could actually do it. There are companies like Kled out right now, KLED, that are kind of like taking what we were doing and finally doing it, and they're making people real money. And their data isn't that good yet. It's kind of disparate, and that's kind of what we're aggregating. So we could do something pretty cool with that. And I think that is the future. Like AI is going to want this data. AI is going to pay for this data. And if we can just close the loop and give people money so that they can fund their life and their dates and make everything better with it, I think that's much better than the Facebook model where they just sell us ads with it and don't give us shit.
Right.
Dude, like I could be paid to go on dates. Crazy. Let's go, dude. Somebody's gonna pay for my food whenever I go out on a date.
Right? Actually get girls to check into the apps once in a while and be like, all right, maybe I'll make $5 checking on what the boys are doing. So yeah, I mean, I have the tokenomics. I had like fucking 2,000 line tokenomics I built out for that company. That's all just like ready to go. So it's all, the pieces are there. It's just man, too much to do. Straddling all this.
Yeah, dude. Sorry that you're been fighting a uphill battle, dude. Dude, it just seems like so it's like from Web 2 to Web 3, you're just like you're you're finally just gonna be like, forget y'all, and then like let's just do this Web3 style, man. Like decentralize it.
Honestly, it's so much better. That's why I'm here. Like, I love it over here. It's just so much better, and I can see it back and forth and just see how much better it is. And it's just taken a while for people to come over, but it's coming, and it's coming faster than I thought. The right people are getting behind all the right stuff, and they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think we just gotta we gotta get a lot more women on Web3. I think that's probably the hardest part of what we're doing. Is it turns a lot of people off right away. They're like, oh, Web3, I don't want to eat that. Even on my app, it'll tell you like, why are they saying no to him? They're like, no crypto bros. I'm like, all right, well, bear market isn't here yet, because every time there's a real bear market, they're like, yeah, we want the crypto bro.
Dude, it's right in the bio too. It's not even like something you have to read between the lines. No crypto bros, like right in the bio.
Yeah, but that's cool. I can tell my little bot like maybe de-emphasize the crypto bro thing, and it'll be like, okay, we won't talk about that quite as much. I'm like, all right, but at the same time, it's who I am. I want to find someone who's cool with that, who gets it. So we got to get some more crypto girls on there. I guess that's the next step.
Yeah.
That's basically just a measure of how socially acceptable crypto is. Yep. And that you'll see that improve as crypto is becoming more socially acceptable, right? Like a lot of people need permission before they can be interested in something or before they can partake, right? So like that's what that's about. So it's
honestly just funny how cyclical it is though to me, because it really is like both investors and women. Like when crypto's in a bull market, everyone wants every piece of you, and then as soon as the market goes down, they forgot everything they just thought and change their tone up real quick. And it's just like, you gotta stick with your guns. More people need to just kind of like stick with it and understand the stuff. But that's why we're here. That's why we get good entries at the end of the day.
I need to find me a chick that's like, he's not broke, he's just pre-rich.
Yeah, exactly. Building generational wealth. He's got a long view.
Yeah, I need one that's gonna be with me for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple bear markets. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm building the app for you. We're gonna find her. That's what we're doing over here.
You know who I feel like might be really receptive of like your dating app and like crypto too is like maybe the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like, yeah.
They experiment. They kind of like they have an online presence. I feel like they might be like a little bit more open-minded, and maybe if we make like a mind share like TikTok crypto app where they can dance and do their little like TikTok dances and stuff. I don't know. Just
no, you're right. I missed the anime convention in LA. They sold out before I could get tickets. That's how hot it was. Like people were on top of it this year, and a lot of crypto people too. There was a lot of overlap, there was a lot of like KOLs there. Like all the hot crypto KOL girls were all at the anime convention. So there is a lot of overlap.
You're gonna see more of that. I mean, even in the news today, PayPal is allowing like all kinds. How many was it? Was it like 20 or 100 different cryptos for payment? Like as that becomes bigger and using crypto becomes easier, people are just going that's really when it's just going to get crazy.
I mean, this banking app is everyone's just all of a sudden going to have crypto in their bank account, and overnight everyone will be it's actually going to be insane. People are not realizing what that's going to do, because people, as soon as it's just in their bank account, it'll like, just like they went to cards. All of a sudden, everyone's like, no way, we'll always be using cash. I'm always going to have my hundreds. All those same people haven't touched cash in 10 years. The minute they just started pushing it and making it way easier to use cards. And I think it's about to be the same thing.
Yeah.
And
I think that, like, I don't know, man. Like, I think that as more vendors start and taking crypto as payment, like you have such potential there for prices to actually go down in an environment where prices just keep going up, and it really is a matter of connecting dots for people. People recognize their money doesn't go as far as it used to, but they don't know why. Like very few people have put much time into figuring out why, they're being made more poor regardless of how much they work, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think that as you see more vendors taking crypto, you could hopefully see that change a little bit, especially.
And I mean, the vendors want to. Like my last company, all we did was work with high risk vendors who couldn't use like PayPal and Venmo and Stripe. And they were very open to taking crypto. Really, their only thing was we just don't know if like we have enough customers where we could exclusively take crypto. Like that might be a bridge too far because we'll end up like, too many card transactions will end up getting neglected. We will lose customers, but as soon as the customers come with it in hand, with their bank providing it, with it super easily integrated, the vendors are gonna come over like it's nothing. Because the vendors, many of them are already holding BTC. All the ones I was talking to, these guys had been screwed by banks so much that they like immediately would cash out, put it all in Bitcoin, be like, "F the banks! I don't want anything to do with them. We'll use it when we absolutely have to, just because our customers are used to it." But aside from that, everyone's got such a poor taste in their mouth. And I think that's the same with like venture capital. Everyone's got such a poor taste for just these legacy systems that have had kind of this monopoly for so long that they've treated customers badly. They've neglected their customers. And so their customers are ready for something new. And it really just takes a little bit of a push, and everyone will go on over. So I think this bill will be that push. And I don't know how long it'll take, but probably not as long as
Venture
we think.
capital is about to become seriously decentralized, and that's what needs to happen. I mean,
Thank God.
Give normal people the opportunity to invest their money in startups. Like, why not? Other than the fact that you have to admit that the financial system as it stands is leveraged against regular people, right? Like, give people the opportunity to take that risk. It's totally okay for them to go to the gas station and buy all the lottery tickets they can afford.
Literally.
That's not irresponsible. That's not.
Yeah, do you see who was winning the lottery? Did you see that? That was crazy. Jeffrey Epstein won the lottery.
Right?
What are the odds of that? Like, so you don't even have a chance. They're just giving it to the CIA anyway. Insane.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein won the lottery before, yeah.
Yeah, if that man hadn't already won the lottery in enough ways, getting fucking $3 billions. Here, you can have my island. You can have the keys to Victoria's Secret. Like, let me just give you also another lottery winning. Well, man, that guy, he has the opposite of my luck on that front. So it tells me maybe it's not luck. Maybe these guys are coordinating a little bit, which is the problem. Just a little bit. So yeah, it's gonna be a better world when retail has access to these early stuff, and they create competition for investors. Investors won't get to underpay for things. They'll have to pay a real market price because they don't have a monopoly.
You have tokens that get launched every day that raise millions of dollars. Like, the risk appetite's there, and you just put, especially when you start talking about real world assets, like Property X, they've acquired a trucking company. Yeah, I want those tokens. I want that. I know how profitable that business can be. Like, let me get some of those tokens. Like, when more stuff like that comes on chain, like, you give everyone the chance to make, more blue chip style buys, right?
And it's not just that they're the best customers you could ever have because they have skin in the game. So they come to you, they use you over a competitor because now, they're involved. They go and fight for you on Twitter. Whereas like none of, VCs are not going to come and fight for me on Twitter, at least not until I'm got some really big britches. But I'd way rather have just the retail everyday person fighting for me on Twitter, giving me feedback on the product, using the thing, telling me I really like this, I don't like this, giving us advice. Like, I'll take that every day of the week as opposed to some guy from Harvard who's never actually downloaded my app and thinks he knows better than me. I'll take someone who's actually using it, who's a customer, who's also an investor.
That's got to be so. Yeah, I didn't even never see that side of the coin. Like, I've never experienced that. I could imagine how That's
They're just so cocky. They're like, I got my Harvard Business School degree. I know everything, and I'm 24, and I've never launched a company, never done anything, but I'm going to tell you what to do. And the number of companies that have died because of that, where they get terrible advice, they think this guy knows what he's doing, and they make all the wrong moves instead of trusting their own gut. Tons of friends I've had run into that situation. They tell you spend all of your money super quickly, it'll be no problem raising, and then you get there and they're like, okay, can we get more money? And they're like, oh no, we don't want to fund you anymore. And you're like, wait, you told me to spend all the money. Just I've seen that so many times, and I have so many good friends running very legit, well-run companies, making good money, just can't raise money to save their lives. But, their average customer probably would fund them because they love the product, it works, and they trust the people behind it. And so it is a shame that people are just locked out of that, and they're forced to take pretty degenerate gambles, and they can go to Vegas and just upright gamble their money if they want, but you're not allowed to get that 100x. You got to wait till it IPOs, till the VCs have made all their money and made their 1000x, and then you can be exit liquidity. That's okay.
No, that has to change, and that's the whole thing. Like, if you take the temperature of the room right now in crypto, it's very obvious to me that we've moved past we're going to try to stop crypto, because that's the paradigm I entered under. That's the paradigm that you guys entered under. Oh, you turn on the TV, if they said anything about Bitcoin at all, it's a scam, it's tulips, it's bullshit, it's this, it's that. Now it's all anyone talks about. But now so it's gone from we're going to stop it to now we're going to control it. And the way that they want to try to control it is via regulation, as always. They have a small problem. Like, I don't give two shits about your regulation as a retail user. Like, if you're going to tell me I can't use BitMEX because I live in America, I'm going to get a fucking VPN and I'm going to use BitMEX, right? Oh, well, now you have to KYC. Well, if I'm that motivated, then I'm just going to go get someone else's ID and use it under their ID, right? Like, you just don't care. So the regulation part will fail also. So we might as well just end the foreplay. It's like GP's question during the news: if your girlfriend has a penis, does it make you gay? Like okay, like we've already seen the penis. Like we don't like the penis. We don't want it. The penis regulations. We don't want it. we don't need to mess with it because crypto is lies. We're just gonna do what we do, and you just have to accept that. Like,
God forbid you send a $600 cash app. Meanwhile, we just sent $30 billion to Ukraine, and they just cut out their accountability office. They're like, actually, there's a party from the accountability office. They got strippers, they got everything. They're throwing money. It's like, there's my tax. That was my Bitcoin once. Bye. I'm glad you're enjoying it, guys.
Like the whole traditional system is such a bad deal that people have to get fed up and be like, no, if there's a better way, I'm going to participate in it. So, in the U.S., we're talking about raising the Social Security age because there's not enough money in the Social Security system. As it stands, if you spend your whole life as a man putting in the Social Security hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your working life, and then you draw Social Security for 5-6 years and then you die, you've been terribly ripped off. You've been terribly ripped off. There's no justice in that. If you were allowed to keep your money and invest it however you saw fit, unless you were just completely degenerate, you're going to do better than the deal you're going to get from Social Security, and it feeds right into the fraud, waste, and abuse of our tax money. Like, that's what crypto is. It's the great disruptor. And we can't just we just like we couldn't let them kill it, we can't let them control it either, because that's what this is really all about. This is really all about the game being played on easy mode for some people and hard mode for others. And we don't that doesn't have to exist anymore.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's
like,
exactly
I
what it
want to.
is. And that's why everyone's so angry. They're like, it's hard mode for so many people. If you don't have the connections, you don't got the capital, and everyone else, it's just easy mode. And I think people have just kind of had it because they can see it. It's more obvious than it's ever been. Everyone, working at Google is posting here's a day in the life. Here's my free lunch. Here's my this. Here's my 10 minutes of work. And I got this job, because of my best friend works here. And this, and this, and people are just kind of fed up with it. And these companies only exist because they have monopolies and because they pay lobbyists to enforce those monopolies at a legal regulatory level. And they only exist in the first place because a lot of them got money from the government through grants, through connections. And so the whole system, I think, has just been this corrupt for a while now. And you go all the way back, I think probably since the 50s, I think is the Invention Secrecy Act of the 50s that basically put it all in the hands of the Defense Department that said if there's ever a technology that's truly disruptive, we can shut it down, we can throw you in jail, we can disappear you. And there have been a lot of guys who they kind of disappear. They you find a way to turn water into energy. You have your hydrogen powered car, you just stick water in or whatever it is, and those guys disappear. So I think it's probably been happening for a while. I think it's illegal to have solar panels over 80% efficiency or 70%. It's just illegal. Like, even if we invented the technology, they won't let you do it. Some oil gas company was like, we don't like the idea of that.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of that.
No, man, like that's what we have at our fingertips. That's why we do what we do. We can literally stop playing the game that was assigned to us at birth and play our own game. And now they're on defense and they're like, no, we want to make the rules for this game. How about you go sit on a fucking doorknob? How about you do that? Like, leave us alone. Like, you're gonna play our own game.
That's the thing. They need us. At the end of the day, they don't have the ideas. They don't have the motivation. Most are lazy. Like, they need us is the problem. So they got to take advantage of us and make it think that it's our idea. But, it's like Galt's Gulch. You opt out, you create your own little society. I mean, they won't really let you do it, but the bigger it gets before they clamp it down, the better chance you have. And I think crypto is the best bet because it's decentralized. We're not just sitting in some patch of grass where they can come in with the feds and shut you down. You got everyone all over the place just working under the same philosophy. Like, I can meet a crypto guy right away, know I'm going to get along because we probably agree on 90% of stuff because they just get it. They understand the fundamental problems. They haven't been psyoped and, taken on all these things that really don't make sense. And so we've been building it up, and now we just gotta capitalize on it and push it to the final stage without letting it get corrupted. I think all these KOLs, all these people who come in, they all seem like just psyops as well. All the people who everyone follows are constantly giving them the worst advice ever. And so there just needs to be more people like you guys who are just going to shoot straight and be honest with them and kind of shepherd them to greener pastures. But, we're doing it now, so that's all we can do.
The organized, like, mission statement, and you need it to, those things take a while to catch on, right? But it does catch on. It will catch on. It will become more and more because you're right. Like, and I think it's probably already changed some. Like, I remember back being a newbie and you go on crypto Twitter and you see some guy with this massive follower account, chilling some whatever. And you're like, oh, well, clearly I need to get this. Right. And now with things like, the way that InfoFi uses AI and so forth, like, hopefully that'll cut that all down a little bit. This guy's got 100,000 followers, but not really.
He's rugged the last 10 projects. Yeah.
Like, things like that will help some.
And that's the thing, the algorithm kind of screws you. All these guys, they'll take a 3-month break, come back, act like nothing happened, keep rugging you. And if you're new to the ecosystem, there are probably a lot of new people in those 3 months who have never heard all these stories. They get buried in the timeline. but now you have your little AI, and you're like, should I trust this guy? It's like, well, let's look at his track record.
Yeah, dude. Like that comes in handy. We need like a bubble map. Like we have for Soul and Stacks. We need to see how things are clustered and stuff like that. I feel like somebody should build that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, AI will build that in no time. Like, AI can make you custom bubble maps every time you ask. It'll just spit it out now. So that's not even hard. But I mean, yeah.
Have that tool readily available for people that are just going to be like, hey, build this. Because it's AI is getting there to where it's like, you can, but you still have to know how to assemble things and code. Like, you still have to know how to
What was funny, y'all talking about this, it made me think about that T app. Remember?
Yeah.
Where everyone was
I've
mad
been thinking about that a lot.
for all these chicks to talk shit about dudes on dating apps, and then it looks like the app was vibe coded, and no one's security.
I mean, you guys want to know something funny? Is the second app I ever made. In high school, there was something called Lulu, and it was the same thing as the T app. So this wasn't an original idea. And it just ruined my high school because every girl was going on there this guy's shitty in bed. He's got a 2-inch dick. He's got this, and this. And all these guys were like, what the fuck? What is going on here? And there was a few girls on there just laying everyone out. I was like, that's not fair. And so I made the opposite. I made one for guys. And as soon as I made that, Facebook pulled all the permissions for both the apps and made them basically unusable. But we essentially got them to shut down the whole thing. And it hadn't resurged until the T app. And I was like, honestly, we kind of made the world a better place with that one. I'm okay losing that company because we just needed to not.
You're a revolutionary, bro.
Yeah. You go on Mark's app and you're like, I'm the dude with the 2-inch dick. But
I'm the Robin Hood of 2-inch dick dudes.
Throwing a dog down a hallway.
That's the best, dude. And of course, my let's go. All right, now you know. Just kidding.
Yeah. That was. I remember that one. But yeah, it's
got the tea
hard balance.
The tea. Mark had his own Boston Tea Party. That's
Do it for the boys, just one tea bag at a time.
Oh shit! You guys don't know how much I need this, man. I needed this laugh today.
Oh, dude. I did too. Believe me.
What we do.
No.
It's funny at Alpha to have some nights we just have we're gonna talk some shit and then have some fun and just shoot the breeze with you guys. So we are getting around that hour mark, fellas, and I just wanted to make sure that we got our last final thoughts and closing frequencies, any shameless shills out of the way. And Mark, I want to shoot to you first, man. How are we doing, bro?
Oh, download my app so we don't look like idiots while they copy us and have more users in 2 months. That's what we need. Just download it. Give us a good review. Dataing.io, DATAING.io. That would mean the world to me, honestly. It's pretty cracked. It literally... I reconnected with this girl from college. I just told her to download the app. She just replied to my stories what's that? I've never used a dating app. And I was like, oh, you should download it. Give it a shot. Within 24 hours, she had booked a flight out here to come see me. And it just talked her through everything. It was here's your flight. Here's what you need to know. Here's what you missed about his life. Here's all the things you're worried about. Here's exactly how I'm going to solve each one so that we can get you on that plane. I was like, damn, this shit, it works. That was a great feeling to be wow, my app made this shit happen. That's pretty cool. So I guess my final thoughts would be it's a lot of ups and downs, but you gotta just keep going. And the boys, at the end of the day, the boys always come through. Every time I'm down, one of my boys comes through and just gives me exactly what I need. So just build that network. That's everything. Find people you trust, good people. Don't put too much time into the people who are just trying to fuck you over. Find them quick, cut them out quick. If you got to work in a system where you got to work with them, try to find a way out of that system. And I think you guys are right. We gotta move away from that system and do our own thing the more we can.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Make it for Android too, bro. Like, dude,
I know. I've got it. Literally, I'm like halfway through it. I'm actually working on it. So
I know it's a lot to like. You have to build it for a whole different operating system. But dude, do me a solid. I'm gonna
get you on there, please. Yes. Okay.
Yes, I will be all over it.
There we go. All right.
No, I got you.
I'm on it.
Jack, what we got, man?
Man, like we really are, to Mark's point earlier about how quickly things are changing in respect to crypto and adoption. We really are at like a very unique time. I think this is probably the most unique time, in my time in the space by far. Everything is like just pointing big flashing lights at crypto. And if you look at what's been done already, a lot of experimentation, a lot of things have been built. Some things were probably built too early. Some things were probably abandoned too early. Some things were, haven't been fully explored. Like, I think we're entering a phase where people are just going to be throwing stuff at a wall to see what sticks. And I think that the opportunity to succeed has never been better. And I think that what was once bets on, okay, this has got potential to catch on, this has got potential to be cool, like early DeFi primitives, for instance. Like, now we're just to a point where it's not going to be like, oh, this is going to catch on, this might be cool. It's like, this is the way things are done now. And to be here right now is, I think, the most important thing that we need to do is just remember where we came from, remember why we're here, because it feeds into this idea of, yes, like, Bitcoin exists as a protest against this system that we found ourselves in. It's no accident that Bitcoin, was made right after the 2008 financial crisis. Like, this is why we're here. So one of the most important things we can do as all of these people start coming into this space is to make sure people understand the whole picture. It's bigger than number goes up. It's bigger than, oh, I need to have some of this, so I can hopefully be more comfortable. No, it's literally like a key to a whole new door where we can just do things that, and in ways that give us more power, that give us more resources, that give us more opportunities. And the biggest fail that we can have as crypto natives now is not effectively passing that message on to the new people coming in.
Yep, 100%. And just remember, like, there's going to be a wall of money coming in from all these VCs who don't know anything about it. They're going to fund a ton of shitty projects with people who don't know what they're doing, who just came because it's shiny and they can make money now. So just remember that. Just because it's well funded, just because it's got a pretty website, like, take a look at what they're doing, because a lot of these guys will raise a ton of money and it'll look great and they'll pay all the right KOLs and then they'll dump on you right whenever it's convenient. So follow the people that build through the bear markets. That's been my learning, is like, if you're willing to do it when there's no money there, those are the people you want. They're doing it because they believe in it, because they care about it. And it's not that hard to find them because there aren't that many people who do it. As soon as it's not sexy anymore, most people leave. So find the people that don't, would be my advice.
Case in point, like, the first example that came to mind, and there's many, is Bitflow. Like, if you look at Bitflow's origins of how it started, if you look at their very first, website, if you look at their very first iteration of what Bitflow is going to be, and you look at it today, it's so much more polished. It's so much better. It's so much, but this has been the result of like constant, like, building, getting feedback, regardless of what the market was doing. that's where you want to be. You want to be with people like that, with teams like that. It just so happens that right now in Stacks, we have a lot of teams like that. We have a lot of people who have just built regardless of price action because they believe. And trust me, where Stacks is going, you're going to have a lot of like opportunists like Mark's talking about coming in, very well funded, and you know what? Just it pays off to know what's real and what's bullshit. That needs to be one of your first lessons you learn.
Yeah, and I want to see people giving back to the community. That's one of like, dude. As soon as you see that you're on the right track. You see somebody that's like spending time, like a founder that is actually here with the community, talking and not saying like finding somebody to be the spokesman of the project and stuff, and are in the trenches, dude. That's what I'm looking for in any type of community token. Like those are the people with the passion and their hearts are really in it, and that's
Yeah.
what you want to bet on. You want to bet on the people, the builders behind what you're buying into. Don't buy into bullshit. Don't buy into like fake narratives and you know, like, hey, we're building this and doing that. Look for what they're doing for the community. That's the signal, you know. So I agree, man. I've been at a crossroads for a little bit, so let's just put it that way. You guys have a blessed rest of your night. Thank you for coming to spend some of your most valuable asset, which is your time, dude. Mark, thanks for coming. So, you guys have a good night, and we'll do it again. We'll have some more fun and blow off some steam.
Yeah, man. Sounds like a plan.
Oh, yeah. No,
Later.
this is perfect. I'm in better spirits already. You guys know exactly what I need. I appreciate you guys.
Mark's beard just makes me happy. So that's all.
Me too. I'm happy whenever I see Mark face.
Later, guys.
Later, guys. And this has been another base episode of DeOrganized Nightly, where we get your favorite Giga Brain Astronaut Scholars together, talk about the latest news, Bitcoin news, world news, you name it, we got it, with the alpha fresh and hot off the presses. Be sure to go to DeOrganized.media and set up your profile today and start earning some bats. Go check out the Zero Authority bounties. Go check out BPepe. Go check out Rue. You guys are not in the know if you don't know about the BPepe fam and the Rue Brews. I'm telling you. Follow RueCoin BTC on X. Follow BPepe on X. I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out on this next 10 run. It's going to be epic. Stacks is where it's at. Base builders built on Bitcoin via Stacks. Be sure to tune into the Let's Go Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. Monday, 8:30 a.m. ET Monday through Friday, along with the DeOrganized Nightly segment on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. ET. I'm your boy GP. I'm going to eat some dinner. I'm going to eat me a Sammy, and I'm going to recharge my social battery and do it all again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Keep the frequency high and keep loving the room. I love you, Fusion. Peace.